In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. All of us want to lead a good life, and maybe many of us do know that to lead a good life, the peace of mind, our peace of mind, is by far the most important thing to live a good life, to lead a good life, to be able to enjoy our life, and to be able to be somewhat productive, somewhat successful. Peace of mind has become the most precious commodity, something intangible but very visible in the attitudes, in the conversation of a human being. Peace of mind, to be able to attain and to retain the peace of mind, we need to adopt certain habits, and we need to refrain from certain other habits as well. One of the habits, one of the attitudes of a person who is enjoying the peace of mind, who want to enjoy the peace of mind, who is damn serious about the peace of mind, whose priority is to lead a life with a peace of mind. They do know, they do know, and they need to know, they need to understand that first of all, we should try to avoid spoiling our relationships. Every positive relationship, every relationship which is not based on negativity must be cherished, must be protected. We must be very reluctant, very reluctant to sever our relationship somewhere else, to detach ourselves from someone else who is positive enough, or with whom we were doing something positive or constructive, or at least we were refraining from doing something negative and something destructive. We must be very, very much reluctant to spoil our relationships, very much reluctant and very much unwilling to to spoil, to destroy, to damage our relationship. But still the relationships gets damaged sometime, either because of a mistake by one person or by the other person, by one party or by the other party. And sometimes there isn't a mistake, rather there is a misunderstanding. The relationships are being spoiled either by the misunderstanding or by the mistake. Somehow, if at all, a relationship gets damaged, first of all, as I earlier said, we should make every effort to get our relationship intact, to avoid damaging, spoiling our relationship. On the other hand, if at all we do get an opportunity to rebuild, to repair the damage done to our relationship, to get to I think we must take it as an important opportunity. And whether the other guy, whether the other person is is a wealthy person or not, a resourceful person or not, whether we were having, whether I whether we did enjoy certain benefits, material, worldly, mundane benefits out of that particular person or not. In both of the cases, I think so that we should be very reluctant to get our relationships damaged on the one hand, and we should be eager, we should be very willing, we should not miss any opportunity to restore our relationship, to rebuild our relationship, and to somehow to reaffirm our relationship, and to restore our relationship, to damage, to get the damaged relationship repaired. Repairing and restoring the relationship should be our priority. And if at all we do think, if at all I or you do think that I cannot go along with this person because this person and I, we are opposite to each other, and we were not enjoying the company of each other. I think in that case we can reduce the level, the intensity, the density of our relationship. Instead of abruptly ending it, or instead of ending it, I think that a minimum relationship should be kept. A minimum relationship should stay in touch. We shouldn't totally abandon it, because it is abandoning totally is a negative activity, because it is something which will spoil our peace of mind. And as I earlier said, that the peace of mind is by far the most important thing, the maybe the most important thing ever for a good life. So to be able, I'm not advocating that we should be doing everything we can to make our relationship with the people who are resourceful enough, with the people who are strong people in the society. But I'm not asking you to refrain from it. I'm not asking you either. I am of the view something apart from certain material benefits. What I am suggesting is that I think that a human being is somehow quite important. And if at all a human being has not done anything very negative toward us, I think we should continue the relationship. But if at all somebody has damaged us in one way or the other way, I think even then the right sort of attitude is to forgive them, to overlook them, to forgive them, because forgiving them will make our brain, will make our mind light enough. Forgiving does not mean that we should be repeatedly harmed by that person. We do have to protect ourselves, we do have to protect ourselves, and that is the right way. I'm not suggesting that we should be repeatedly harmed and damaged, and we should be repeatedly, I think, our rights be violated. I'm not advocating this thing. This is not feasible, this is not practicable, and this is not sustainable. We have to work, we have to continue, we have to establish, and we have to run a relationship on a sustainable basis. And a sustainable base is that we should be somehow taking care of each other's interest, or at least we should not be harming the interest of each other. And a relationship, I think we should be very reluctant to somehow to damage a relationship, and we should be very eager, we should be doing it promptly to restore, to re-establish the relationship. And if at all, if it is a positive relationship, or if at all it is not hurting, it is not damaging, it is not somehow doing something very severe against the other person.